What's up, guys? Welcome to the new episode of the Top Closer podcast. Today we have a special guest. What we're going to talk about on this podcast, Dion?
And in this podcast, we are so grateful to have this person here in Velaz. Not only we're going to teach you how to make money, we're going to teach you how to keep it. And that's the most important part.
You ready? Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Top Closer podcast with the Beat Bros. Hey, by the way, we have a special guest today.
A very
Can
very
you
special.
introduce this special guy today, Dion?
And he's so special, he's going to introduce himself.
There you go. Let's go.
We have my brother, Kyle. Brother, what's up, brother? How you been?
Good to
Welcome
be here.
to
Good to be
welcome
here.
to the podcast, my brother.
I know,
It's a
amazing.
long,
I know, long overdue.
Yeah, we
It's
were waiting
amazing
for
to be
this.
here. I know. So I'm Kyle Burton, co-founder of Elevation Wealth Planning. We've got clients in 47 states, offices in Idaho, Washington, Utah.
Crazy, brother, crazy. Actually, you know what? Everybody wants to know. A lot of people will have this question. What makes you guys different?
Yeah. I would say what makes us different is we don't just treat clients as customers. We treat them as family. In our belief, it's not about how much you have, but it's how much you keep. And I'm a big believer that what makes this relationship special with our clients is helping them alter the trajectory of their last name. You see a lot of people make a lot of money, but they don't keep a lot of money. And it's important to be remembered today, but it's more important in my mind to be remembered 30, 40 years after you're gone. So helping people financially alter that trajectory is what we do really, really well.
That's powerful. That's
Powerful. I love that. I love that. And that's so true because in our country, right, before we go into details, a lot of people say, I used to have.
Yeah, I used to
Great,
be
great,
this.
great grandpa.
Exactly. Not even a grandpa, people from 40 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
In VR,
I used to have a Mercedes. I used
Exactly.
to, come on.
So it's
Come on.
even worse. There's a lot of people that they don't even get to die.
Yeah.
So they can even have a little legacy for the family.
Oh, yeah.
Some people burn their money right away. So yeah. So let me ask you this actually. Tell me, I know you're from Utah, right? Tell me what was your journey that you are here, and how you build your company.
Yeah. So I think of life
And
like
don't be humble, all right?
I won't. We'll be humble but
All
honest.
right?
Yeah. I think about life as the whole iceberg effect, right? People see the top 10%, the travel, the watches, the Mercedes, the cars, whatever it may be, and they don't realize what it took to get there.
Yep.
And I think every great outcome started with a difficult beginning.
Yep.
And so my beginning was interesting. Grew up single mother. My parents were divorced at 11 days old. My dad
11 days.
My dad decided after a professional water skiing career to become a drug addict. And my mom made $13,000 a year. And so we didn't have money. But what we did have was grit, tenacity, and a willingness to, again, alter that trajectory. And she said, if you want to go to college, if you want to afford things financially, you're going to have to provide it on your own. And so when I was 11 years old, I started a landscaping company. There was two options. Newspaper boy, I was not waking up at 4 a.m. Landscaping company, because you couldn't get a job at 11 years old. It's illegal.
Course.
Child labor, right? So started a landscaping company, and it started really small. My grandparents owned an
At
auction.
11 years old.
11
To be
years old.
honest, I didn't even know this. I learned it today.
You told me this, but obviously.
Yeah. So my grandparents own an auctioning company. So they come into people's homes after they passed away and auction off all their goods.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandpa bought me a used lawnmower. Do you remember those little red wagons we had as kids?
Yeah.
A little red wagon. So I put all the stuff in the wagon, and I would walk up and down the streets, knocking on doors, seeing if I could mow people's lawns.
He used to be a knocker.
Used to be a knocker. I know door to door really well.
Since 11 years old.
11 years old. So I started doing that. And again, the reason for that was I'd love to say it was because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but it was out of necessity for financial needs for the family. So started there. That grew. No one in my family had gone to college. So again, that motivation was I wanted to take that bloodline, right? Andy talks about breaking the bloodline. And I didn't want what my last name was known for to be what it is known for going forward.
Powerful.
And so started the business, went to college, not because I wanted to go to college, but I just wanted to do it different. Found the financial planning space through an introduction from a friend, sold that company, and 10 years later, here we are.
That's powerful.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you also own a few companies, right?
Yeah, so I've got ownership in about 6 other companies. So real estate, door-to-door companies, other investment firms. So it keeps us busy.
So we have a top dog here.
Yeah.
Like we don't have like your regular, like your uncle giving you advice, but he has less money than you, right? So
No,
yeah.
that's actually true. Like, I just want to go a little bit more about, of course, we do door to door, we sell solar and things like that. But everybody wants to have the cars, the watches, and all that. And you said, like, every new like a big picture, like, it is a tough beginning, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you got to go struggle, like, all the long nights, like you say, breaking the bloodline.
Yeah.
And that was basically your motivation to go through it. So, in that door to door, how long you did it? For how long?
Oh, we did that for 11 years.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I started. It started off as lawn care when I was 11, and that grew to where I started hiring friends that saw that we were making money, brought them on. We then divided the company to a landscaping division and a lawn care division. But I sold that company when I was 21 or 22, and then started in the financial planning space.
For how much?
Over 6 figures.
Oh,
No.
I said 22 years old.
Yo, I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
I'm in shock right now.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Like, a lot of people just wanted to get, like, immediate result. Like, they just want to do something, get a result right away. Like, it took you 11 years, starting from working as I was not even working 11 years old, to be honest. And 11 years after, you sold a 6-figure company, and that money plus going to college, help you to develop the person that you are today. Like, a lot of people, how are going to be next year, or who is going to be the next CP, and the next card, and the next deal, and the next 10 year. But first of all, you either stay the same or change. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
So you had to always involve, get new information, study, so become the next version of yourself.
Yeah.
And because I'm pretty sure, do you thought that you're gonna be a financial advisor soon?
No. No, never.
Of course not.
No, so I was in a math class. This is no joke. In a math class, I didn't even know the guy. He came up to me, it was a Tuesday night, okay? And I'm wearing Crocs that are stained green. I just mowed like 30 lawns, landscaping jobs. He comes up to me and he goes, I have a prompting to ask you a question. It's like, prompting? I was like,
You never, nobody starts.
I was like, brother, I've been baptized, I'm married. I'm like, what are you going to ask me? He goes, I was introduced to a financial planning company in town, and I thought about you. Could I give him your name and number?
Wow.
Didn't even know his name. He didn't even know my name.
It was
That's powerful. Like,
that's deep. It was obviously in my case. This is
by the way, we gotta know that guy. We gotta bless him.
For sure. You still
Like,
talk
Velaz
to him?
only doing that, we bless him.
You still talk to him?
No, I don't know his name.
That's crazy.
Oh,
It was like an angel.
That's
so
what I was about to
actually,
say. It has to be.
It's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, this podcast is not about me, but what happened to me, like this guy, I used to work at a retail store, a coach. Did I mention to you?
No.
So, and then he got to the store, right? And, when you work at the store, you say hi to people, right?
Yeah.
How are you? How was your day? Perfect. And I was just talking to him.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was making like $10,000 a year. That time, you remember, JB? I think it was less. And you know what happened? Like, we just talking like normal.
Yeah.
And he told me, hey, how much you making? Like 30,000. I said, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But of course,
I'd have to check.
I was broke. And then he literally gave me the same. He told me the same thing. Hey, just like I like the way you are. I like the way you're talking to me. All that stuff. This is a great opportunity. You can make more than 100,000.
Bro,
So-
you explained that story really. So
Yeah,
like
that-
that week, he only
Brother.
had 8 hours or 6 hours through the
4
whole
hours.
Week. 4 hours. So
In
that
the-
4 hours, it was that day. He came late, meaning he came to when the store was closing.
The guy
at the
walked in.
last like 30 minutes, he walked in. Like at the last 30 minutes, if you do retail,
Yeah, it was-
you don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
And he went over there, introduced himself, and just, started asking questions, being nice. And that's what you get when you be nice and work hard.
Karma.
And you're 100% every day. That's what you get.
And I know for sure in your case, not only changed my life, changed my whole family's life. Because after that, that's when our family just skyrocketed. Yeah. That's when I bought my house, the cars, and my family. We bought an apartment to our parents in Dominican Republic, and all that.
But breaking the bloodline.
Exactly. And let's go back to the story. Tell me how you got into planning.
Yeah, so I remember I had seen this it was Facebook, because Instagram wasn't a thing at the time. And someone had posted on one of those like motivational pages, like, write down the aspirations or the qualities or attributes you want in a career. So I remember just getting a piece of paper or a napkin and writing down, I always want to be in a place that I have full autonomy. I wanted to be in a place where I never had to say no to, at my time, the future family that I knew I would have, right? Because of financial reasons. You never want to be in a position where your kids come and they want to have an opportunity, or you want to travel and make memories, but you can't because financially you can't afford it. And I was in that position. And I didn't really know it at the time because my mom did a great job of like sheltering me from understanding that she made $13,000 a year.
Moms are the best.
Oh, she's superwoman.
Yeah.
My best friend, superwoman. But what she taught me was the hard work. But again, on the backside, I knew I never wanted to be limited financially because I saw what my friends had. Mm-hmm. And I knew that we didn't have that. So that was next. Third was legacy. Wanted to leave because my dad overdosed when I was 12. No one showed up to his funeral.
For real.
There was our family. That was it.
That's crazy that you said that. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah. I was in one of our office on Tuesday. I say, how do you want to be remembered when you die? Do you want people to just cry for a minute and then just forget about you the next day or the same day? Or you want people to remember you were a nice person, a good person, and then you did a lot of good things and you changed people's life. Like, how do you want to be remembered? Because at the end of the day, it has to be one of the, I don't know. So imagine you dying, nobody's showing up to your funeral. If you can see in 30 years, whatever time you die, that nobody's gonna show up.
Yeah,
you're gonna do something different now.
You're gonna do something better in your life right away, for sure.
No.
That's powerful.
Yeah, we had the funeral next week. No one talked about it.
It's crazy.
So, and I'm thankful for all that. Right? People are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No. I'm thankful." Because, and I'm not perfect. I haven't arrived. There's way bigger fish than me. But I wouldn't be where I'm at today without that.
Of course. Like we always say, like you need to go through struggles in your life. Like if everything is easy, eventually, right? Not everybody's the same, obviously, but eventually you're going to fall off because everything is given to you, right? It's the same thing that we have in our company. Nothing is given. You got to work very hard for that. And tell me about, like, okay, you got into planning, and how is the world of planning before we go like into tips and stuff like that?
Yeah. So financial planning is interesting. The average financial advisor is 57 years old. And so you've got a lot of old ways of thinking. We live in a world where tax laws, investment structuring, objectives, goals, retirement, etc. It's changing weekly. And what I've experienced is there's a lot of great older advisors, but the concern of clients are what happens when they all retire. And so really I believe planning is different in this generation from what it used to be, just in the world that we live in. And so before you get into any details on strategy and structures and all of that, it's just understanding what is the philosophy behind the planning. And for me, I love building things. I love Legos. My son and I build Legos all the time. I like taking something from zero, seeing the vision, and helping it get to the finish line, and then working on it ongoing. And that's what I love about what I do. It's not, at the investments or insurance or tax strategy, that's all great, but it's being able to take a client's goals and help it to become a reality. And that's really what a plan is. It's a living, breathing evolution of a goal from start to finish and ongoing.
And especially when it's like 10 or 20 years after.
Oh, yeah.
Like you see the return crazy.
Well, a lot of our clients that we have come from other advisors to where they're really happy with their relationship, but there's the fear of, well, my advisor's the same age, and what happens when they retire? I don't want to go find a new advisor. Mm-hmm. They like that I'm normally half their age, right? And so we're able to see them from cradle to grave, if you will. But having a firm that's multi-generational, their kids will work with our firm. Their grandkids will work with the firm, and so they can really partner with someone that is everlasting, not just a product or a quick solution.
That's basically an objection that the financial advisor has to handle when they are a little
That's
bit
actually
older.
true.
Yeah. No, literally. I ask clients, I say, your advisor's done a great job, but what's their retirement plan for you? I don't know.
Powerful, man. I mean, you got me thinking right now.
Well, actually, what you said, like planning is something that you see from zero in making that like that dream or that goal into a reality.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, I remember when we're going to talk about how we met, but when we talked the first meeting about planning, yeah, we know about planning, but there was a lot of things that we say, like, what would happen if I die?
Yeah.
What happened if you die?
Like
what happened with the company?
It opens more questions, definitely.
You're like, oh my God, like there's a lot of work that you need to be done. And that's the good thing about having people right next to you. They are like another level when it comes to one topic, because you don't know everything. Like all these successful people, they have mentorship. They have mentor from somebody else because they had to learn from a different industry. Yeah. Because you can be the smarter one, but you don't know everything when it comes to life.
Well, think about it. Especially being business owners, you're a dual professional. Yeah. You guys are in solar, but you're also the CFO and HR and payroll. And customer has a complaint. Well, who deals with that? You have to deal with that. So being able to partner with people so that you can focus on what you're best at is critical. It's critical.
Now, another question. How we met. That's a good one. How we met, I'm going to say, first of all, we met, it just like click. Yeah. It's like, we know this guy for like 20 years.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
you remember that day or no?
I want to ask you. Do you remember?
I do remember.
Dion, do you remember?
Of course I do remember.
Okay.
You want me to go or do you want to go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So this is how you know we were supposed to meet. Because if you remember, we were down in Arizona, Fountain Hills with the Elliott Group. And we were sponsoring the event. I believe you guys were sponsoring the event.
No, we were not.
We were coming there we were doing a podcast. That was the first time that we
got us a podcast. But I remember you guys were sitting up in the front. You were all wearing your white hoodies. Yeah. And the nice championship hoodies.
Yeah, yep. Championship Sunday.
Yeah. Muhammad Ali. And you guys got on stage, and then Andy brought us on stage, remember?
Yeah.
And it was Velaz Solar and Elevation Wealth Planning. And I remember when we were all getting off stage, you and I bumped into each other on accident. Yeah. And we gave a hug and said, what's up? And on the stage, we said, what's your number? We just got each other's number, and then you put us in a group chat, the three of us.
That's true.
Yep.
It's just crazy how life is meant to be sometimes.
It was in 7 seconds we met.
It was.
On a stage, getting off.
It was. And, like, sometimes people get afraid of knowing new people, right? Yeah. Because
you're comfortable.
You're comfortable. You like the songs. Like, I don't need no new friends and none of that stuff. So, in the Andy Elliott experience, it's definitely it's been a game changer to us because, for example, in our case, we are very not like close, right? Family. We are, but sometimes exactly that's the word. We are a very protective family. Sometimes you need to open your doors because there's a lot of good people in this world for sure. Yeah. So actually, I have a. Before, now we're going to the good stuff. Tell me, let me ask you this: what about if a sales rep makes $10,000? and you know they don't have no debt, no nothing, right? Or if they have, let's say example, they have debt, and let's use another example that they don't have no debt.
Yeah.
What would be like a good investment? What would you say?
So disclaimer, this is broad financial advice, nothing
Yeah.
specific. But here's what I think about. Number one, are you managing your bank accounts appropriately? I believe we call it the Elevate First system. We've used the Profit First system as a background and redesigned it for the solar industry, where we're helping a lot of the guys with Velaz Solar on. Number one, with the bank accounts, you should have all your money flowing into what's called the revenue account. All your money comes in. You should then have 4 sub-accounts underneath it. Number one, a tax account. I meet a lot of individuals in the solar industry and in the door-to-door space, not just solar, to where they are surprised that they owe taxes at the end of the year, but they're not prepared to pay the tax bill.
Yeah.
So they have this money, and then all of a sudden, April 15th comes along, CPA says, hey, Bobby Joe, you owe $30,000 in taxes, $20,000. They're like, oh,
What do you
crap,
mean?
that's today?
I forgot about that.
Can I do it?
I thought it was tomorrow.
Can I do it tomorrow? Nope, no, unless you want to go to jail. Got to do it today. And so number one, make sure that you are putting money away for taxes so you don't have to stress about it. A good CPA can give you advice on what percentage of your income specific to your situation that you should hold. Get the money away. It's not your money. Get in that mindset. If you make
Like that.
10,000, you did not make 10,000.
Yeah.
You did not make 10,000.
It's like 7,000 in reality.
Yeah, maybe
less, depending where you
depending
are.
on how much you're making, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your money yet. It will be, but not yet. So number one, get your tax money away. Don't spend the money. Don't touch the money. That's for Uncle Sam.
That's gone.
That's gone. It's gone. Number two, have an operating account. You run your expenses, gas, swag, clothing, airplane tickets to go to events, hiring a mentor, hiring a coach, being able to reinvest into yourself. So again, that 10,000, some to taxes, some to investing into yourself. So those 2 buckets are not quite yours for spending yet. Third, this is what we love, your money. We call it the boss account. So when you put money into the boss account, that's what you can go spend on travel, mortgage, rent, watches, jewelry, cars, whatever it is that you love and how you like to reward yourself, that money is yours. Last, coming back to your question on what's a good investment, it's my belief that everyone should save at least 20% of their income. Because again, if you make 10,000, that's great, but what does that do to benefit yourself 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now? Because as much as we might love working today, I promise you it's a beautiful position where you can decide not to work because financially you've set yourself up to have enough money. Or if you said, I don't want to go knock doors for the rest of my life, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've got 20, 30, 40, 10 grand a month flowing in residually because of the wealth that I built. Again, it's not how much you make, but it's how much you keep and how much of that future you have established. I know a lot of guys that have to continue to knock because if they don't knock, they can't keep funding their lifestyle.
That's true, actually.
So we call that your Elevate account.
That's dope.
How are you elevating your future self? And that's where we sit down with clients and help them design a tax-efficient, investment-based, diversified financial plan that accomplishes their goals specifically. Because financial planning is not, it's not a product. It's not a cookie cutter, everyone should do this. What we do for you personally is different than JP because your guys' goals are different.
Mm-hmm.
So getting individualized is critical. But again, you have the money come in, put it away for taxes, investment into yourself. The boss account is your spending. You have your Elevate account. Go invest to your future. So that at the end of the day, you can say, I'm altering that financial trajectory.
And that's powerful because most of the, like, people doesn't understand, like, yeah, I'm not making 10 grand. Like, first of all, you're not making 10 grand. That's number one. Number two, like, if you break it down, like, your structure, like, in 4 account, like, you trick your mind to start, like, overspending money that you have. That number one. And number two, like you said, there's people making 6-figure a month, they're making 7-figure a month, like 20%, just 20%. It's better than when you break it down by percentage.
Yeah.
Because you're making, how am I gonna save 500? Well, if you're making, this amount, you can save it.
And especially if it's automatic. if it just comes out of your account. Like if you know, like you make, I'm just an example, 20,000 every month, you can just do like yourself, like a $4,000 for savings right away.
You make it a game. I think what makes life fun is if you gamify it, right? You gamify it. And so with a lot of our clients, you know, we're sitting down with them every month. It's like, okay, how much did you make? Boom, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And the response that we get is, I've had more money than I've ever had.
Yeah. And
why? There's discipline.
Yeah, I'm actually going to ask you this question.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop right there. So what are the common mistakes that you see from like new sales reps that make a, you know, they may like, they got a check for 10,000 or 100,000 depending, you know, the month or whatever they have. What are the common mistakes that you see that people do that they spend the money, especially a sales rep?
Let me ask that question. They going to club, Dion.
Yeah.
Because that's the door industry. That's what happened.
Well,
like, they just got buying Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They just got going to club. They going to club with the leaders. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what happened. Which is, there's time to do that, but like they just go to club thinking I made $50,000. But when you break it out like that, let me
spend more than 50.
No, exactly. When you break it out like that, I made like 20 grand or less. You know. But
But in your experience, because I know you work with different level.
Oh yeah, we have clients that are brand new making money, clients that are 8-9 figures, and it's, for me, I love working with people that want to alter trajectory, whether it's starting today or they've already been on the path for 20 years, right? But here's the mistakes. Number one, they don't have a good relationship with money. Because think about it. We live in a world where money is like, don't talk about it, right? You never were at dinner and you said, Dad, how's your 401k look? Mom, how much is in your checking and savings? It's like, no. Like, I never knew how much my stepdad made. We never talked about it. It was a no zone, right? So I think the issue is no fault to their own, but they were never raised on what is a good relationship with money. What's a good relationship? So having that relationship, understanding your goals, and I would say the other thing is they don't have the structure. I believe that you should have a duty for your dollar. When it's going to taxes, elevate, expenses, yourself, the boss account, there's a job for each dollar. When there's no job, what happens? If people don't have a task to do, they're just going to sit around the office and play ping pong.
Yeah.
Big ping pong guy over here, right? But when there's a job of, hey, you need to show up here by 8 o'clock, we're going to have a team training, you're going to hit the doors from 11 to 3, you're going to debrief. It's like there's a goal for them to accomplish.
And they have targets.
Yeah, but most people don't have a target, so the money comes in, there's no duty for it, there's no financial plan to set goals to the money. Okay, let's just go to the club, and then next Monday, they're broke.
And they say, this is just an appointment. This is just a sale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is something, I can get it tomorrow. And they just go that cycle, like, and it's just, because I'm not going to lie to you, that happened to us.
Of course.
Like, that's
you
why.
You have to go through that phase. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you don't go through that phase, that means that you haven't made a lot of money yet.
Yeah, you don't know. You made a comment at the beginning of the podcast that I want to touch on. You said people don't understand the sacrifice, right? And I think back to landscaping, it's like the sports that I wasn't able to play because they wanted me to play football because I'm 6'5", I'm a big dude. I had to mow lawns. I couldn't do 2-a-day practices. In the winters, we did snow removal. They wanted me to play basketball. Again, I'm 6'5". I couldn't. I was snow plowing your driveway. The parties didn't happen because while everyone out was late, I was fixing lawnmowers that broke down that day. Mm-hmm. And so the world we live in, such an immediate gratification. I'm going to go on social media with the boys. We're at the club, right? That matters so much, which is so wrong that it's so painful, I believe, for people to sacrifice because they don't want the FOMO. Yeah. They don't want to be like, oh, well, why aren't you wearing the Rolex? Why aren't you at the club? Because they don't want to say, well, I'm working on my future self.
Yeah. It's
too painful for them, and so they're willing to give all that up to satisfy a short-term pleasure.
And man, you got me there because especially my case, that my family know and that my new goal in life is to work on my future self.
Yeah.
And it's like
that book changed your life, right?
It definitely book is really good. It definitely did. It definitely did. And especially JP, actually, before I read the book, it really changed my life when my wife one day told me, "No, I'm going to the gym tomorrow."
Yeah.
And sometimes we just eating bad, right? Going out to the club or drinking too much or doing stuff that you're not supposed to. But then you forget that tomorrow you're gonna wake up like you don't want to work. Right, and you add that day, and then you add another one, and then you add another one, and then you add how much money you're spending, and it just goes south all the time. Mm-hmm. So that's my new me now. I just want to work on myself, and have different goals. Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm chasing right now.
And my takeaway to talk about that. This is the thing what happened to the door-to-door industry, and not even door-to-door industry, like in general. Yeah, I want to be in a club, but when you say, well, like, I'm gonna work in my future, so like, oh, you broke, you're not making money. Are you making money? Like, that's the first thing they're gonna tell you. If you're not making money, what are you doing? Everybody want to follow the same path. We were having this conversation with one of sales rep, that we made him to remove all his distraction. Yeah. Instagram, social media, everything, going to club. I told you, if I see you using Instagram, not because I'm his dad, and I'm not his dad, I'm his coach. I want the best from him. So you have all the distraction, you make a few thousand, you make this, and then you start working. Yeah. So you have to cut all those distractions so you can be laser focused on your duty. You haven't made it. We haven't made it. There's things you need to accomplish. So if you keep all that distraction, and you say the first thing we can remove that, the first text that he received, it's like an angel. He said, "Oh, what we doing today? Do you want to go to New York and got a few drinks?" I had to phone him and say, that's the devil telling you. It's not nothing against them. It's just when you have your priorities straight, you know what is your priority. It's gonna come down to decision. Like myself, it's not that I want to eat healthy. Can I eat like burgers and things like that? Yes, I can. But it's just my priority, my decision is I gotta eat healthy. My decision. I cannot be going to club. Do I go to club sometimes? Yeah, but like I don't go to a club on a regular day because I had to wake up at 5 a.m. Yeah. Because I have my priority. I have people that depend on me, and even when people that didn't depend on me, I was doing that. Yeah. But like we were saying, we made so many mistakes on investing, spending a lot of money. And we have our dad told us about that, but it's not a thing that we say how much money you have in your bank account. Yeah. Sometimes how much money you're spending. They just see you spending a lot of money, but they don't sit down with you, like, let's talk about your planning, like what you want to accomplish. But they have different accounts. Yeah, but it's critical because that's where Velaz Solar is so different. And that's why it's such an amazing opportunity for individuals to join, because you guys have made the mistakes, and so you can teach from that side of like, look, we've been there. Mm-hmm. But like you said, right, a lot of solar companies teach you how to make a lot of money. I haven't seen a lot that teach you how to keep a lot of money. Facts. Right? I see a lot of guys that their net worth is less than their income. So if you're making $1 million a year, your net worth over time should be more than $1 million a year. Right. Again, if you want to stop working, that net worth is going to be your bread and butter of providing for lifestyle. And so that's where you guys are so unique as leaders, is you can approach them from both sides of the conversation. Yeah. And we're not saying don't have fun, right? We have fun, right? Yeah. We have fun together. Yeah. You were in Disney yesterday. It wasn't literally crazy. Yesterday. Just people had to understand too. It just, you can really work hard and have fun and enjoy your life. There's time for everything. It's a wagon wheel, right? Yeah. You need to have faith, family, finance, fun and fitness. Yeah. You need to do all of it, right? You see guys that are like, oh, don't have fun, don't do this, don't spend. No. You should go do all that, but it needs to be balanced. Yeah, because especially in life is so beautiful. Yeah. We don't have enough time. Like, we don't have a lot of time. But at the same time, we do have a lot of time to enjoy, to spend time with your family, work a lot, right? And also just relax a little bit too, But at the same time, wake up the following day grateful, right? And then to take a little vacation. So there's a lot of things that we can do. Yeah. But I think so. The trick here is you have to earn it. Yeah.
If you don't earn it, you're not gonna deserve that vacation.
And let me say something about that. Ryan Pineda, he said he was criticized a lot of years in the real estate industry because he doesn't work in the weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, he has a team, but his entire sales team doesn't work in the weekend. You're a sales company, you're not working Saturday. That was
That's
he was
crazy.
criticized a lot.
Yeah.
He said, "This is what happened. I worked really, really hard those 5 days to earn my weekend because it is important for me for my guys to go to their family, enjoy time with their kids, enjoy time with their wife, so they can come on Monday and dominate and destroy the competition. Because I'm seeing people that work 6-7 days a week, and that happened to us, and that keep happening to us. But they get what happened after a long time? They get burned out.
Yeah.
They're burned out because after 5-10 years, they're burned out. They're in the competition. There's always consistent, gonna surpass them. So my point is there's time for everything.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have to create the time, manage your time well, and also manage your money well.
Yeah, for sure. I have one last question for you, and then we can wrap it up. What will be your number one advice for someone that is making a lot of money? Not a lot of money, interim, or $250,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
What will be your number one advice for that person? I know you probably got to think about it a little bit. What do you think it will be the first thing that comes to your mind?
Stay humble. What I mean by that is just because you're really good at making a lot of money doesn't always mean that you're really good at keeping a lot of money.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is our most successful clients, what I've realized is they know what they're really good at. They know what we're really good at. And there's trust, truth, and transparency as the foundation to the relationship. I meet a lot of guys that start making $250,000, $500,000 a year, and they get this ego that they think that they know everything.
Yeah.
But it's no, you're really good at this, and your best rate of return is to put all your time and energy here. Mm-hmm. Be humble enough to partner with people, professionals, that they're really good over here.
Be
right?
coachable. Yeah.
Be coachable, be humble, because when you keep humility as the foundation of your relationship with money, I believe that there's karma, and you'll always be blessed with more and more and more. The moment that humility goes away and that ego comes in, that's where I see guys get into trouble.
And there you go. There you go. Not only we going to teach you how to make money, because if you're only thinking about making money, you're playing yourself. You think yourself short. However, we're going to teach you how to keep your money. We're going to teach you how to be great, how to be a family person, how to spend time with your wife, with your kids. We're going to tell you how you can enjoy your life, because life is amazing, right? And money is amazing too. Don't forget to keep it too. Because
when you start to at the end of the day, our company, we want people to really self-develop when it comes to personal. What's personal? Life, like you said, health, all around. So if you're not able to have your mind right, your soul right, your heart right, you're not gonna be consistent making money.
It doesn't matter how much you make.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So that's what we teach in Velaz, so that's why we do partnership, with Kyle and Elevation Wealth Planning, because they care our vision, and we care the vision for our guys. So you can wrap it up, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, he's our friend, right? We literally going to a Formula One race tomorrow. That we didn't talk about that.
Canada, right?
We're going to Canada tomorrow. So we became very good friends, right? We talk literally daily. We flex on each other here and there. And
that's between you guys.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, so we have a really good relationship. He's our financial advisor for our company. We are here to stay. Velaz, we're here to dominate forever. And by the way, I'm good at you. I'm better than you at ping pong. I just wanted to say that at the podcast so we can wrap it up. better than Frank that is right here too, everybody. So thank you for joining. See you in the next episode. If you want to join, if you want to change your life, we say this every single time. If you
And keep your money.
Change your life, keep your money, and have fun and be your better version of yourself. Join Velaz Solar. Win with us
Or watch us win.
Let's go, baby.
See ya.